as you may have noticed, Boston has gotten progressively colder. Within 2 weeks, we got from 80 degrees Fahrenheit to 4 degrees Fahrenheit. For us, when we get out in the morning, we can feel that. We can feel that in our lungs. We can feel that when we breathe in the very winter air. We can just feel that as soon as you walk out, and we just notice shivers breaking out on our face and our arms and our legs. However, for some, the cold means another thing. It's a hungry time, and for many, hunger is an issue that most of Massachusetts face.
For children, the risk of contracting chronic illnesses goes up by a large margin. And for children, not being able to concentrate on schoolwork, not being able to do their homework, not being able to focus, that can be the difference between keeping up with their classmates or falling behind and lagging for another grade. For families, paying for better nutritious food and for healthier food, that can be the difference between paying rent, utilities, heat, and trying to get a meal for their family. That's where you come in. That's where you can help the Greater Boston Food Bank help those in need.
My name is Reed. I'm 20 years old and I have a job, but I often don't have the money to spare for fresh food. I earn too much for food assistance in Massachusetts, but I still can't afford heat, rent, and healthy food. And that's where the Greater Boston Food Bank helps close the difference for me. The Greater Boston Food Bank offers 4 direct service programs for people ranging from elementary students to senior citizens. Through their mobile markets, I can afford to pay the heat to get through the winter while making sure I eat food that can sustain me. Brighton, Lawrence, Lynn, and Revere are only 4 of the 8 locations at which mobile markets are located. For people like me, it can make the difference between surviving and living.
The Greater Boston Food Bank helps 190 cities and towns throughout eastern Massachusetts. That's nearly 142,000 people helped in just 1 month, which is over 20% of the population of Boston. Of the 5.1 million pounds of food and produce provided, over 79% of the inventory meets the highest nutrition standards that the Greater Boston Food Bank subscribes to. And when we take those statistics and place them into a year, that's equivalent of 60.7 million pounds of food, which equates to 50 million meals served to those in need and at risk.
End hunger in eastern Massachusetts through hands-on fund and food drives. 50 cents may only be a can of soup to you, but it can provide a meal to a child in need. $1 can help provide a hot meal for a family, and the effects are only amplified with more. At Boston University, we understand that your time as students is limited and busy, but volunteers provide the bulk of services that the Greater Boston Food Bank needs. Consider helping out every other Saturday as an individual, or plan group volunteer sessions with teams, clubs, and friends.
Fraternities and sororities can be the large groups that we need in order to sort, package, and deliver our produce to those in need. Brothers and sisters alike can volunteer throughout the year in groups.
Clubs can facilitate monthly and weekly outings as a way to give back.
Teamwork is vital on any sports team. Teamwork is equally important when the Greater Boston Food Bank makes sure eastern Massachusetts in each and every community is being fed. Consider coming during the winter months when we need help the most and giving us a few hours of your week to help out those in need.
However, in the state of Massachusetts itself, nearly 1 in 11 people are hungry. For some, that's just not a problem that affects the poor. It's some that also affects more than just those in poverty, affects those in the middle class and lower income families. For us, that means nothing. For us, who live in privilege, who live at Boston University, where food is provided at every dining hall around us, food is not an issue. However, nearly all the households that require aid for food, 34% of them earn too much to qualify for Massachusetts state for emergency food stamps and services. That can be a problem when, as temperature keeps dropping, food prices go up, utilities now demand more of their income than ever. That's where the Greater Boston Food Bank comes into play. We make up the difference for them.
I vow.
I vow. I vow.
I vow to end hunger.
Help us at gbfb.org.
In the end, what will you do to help?